Let's get it for free. So I'm gonna do a 2 bead. I'm using this as a base for my design later. I'm gonna do a hot pink French, deep French with my gel art paint and do some leopard and ombre designs. This would be a fun set. And I'm gonna bring this in. Clean up underneath. Stilettos are one of the worst ones where you can't pinch off the powder. Sometimes you just gotta use your hand and just pinch it off like that. But I always like to cradle this brush and make sure it gets a nice point, nice even point. Just like that, nice and sharp. And I'm doing a 2 bead process here, so I'm gonna do my next bead. It's gonna be my cuticle bead and also my apex bead. It's a nice medium bead here. And nudge it up to the cuticle area here. And bring it in from the sides. Make sure I get these cuticles nice and flush. Saves me a lot of time and effort later to do when I do cuticle work, guys. A little pressure here. So, I'm gonna give a nice little structure here for the cuticle out. And I'll clean up everything else with a hand file later. Stilettos sometimes are a little bit hard to work with because of the point of the nail. You gotta make sure it's just like a nice spear point. And you don't want it too thick because then it won't have that stiletto look, but you don't want it too thin either because then it will just break easier. Remember, the durability at the tip is gonna be a little bit different. There you go. Ooh. Let's drop some liquid in here. Maybe just do a nice 1 bead here, and then go back up my apex. Tap down my cuticle area. As my powder starts to dry, I'm gonna bring it in. I'm not gonna lose any on the side. And the brush won't get any acrylic stuck to it because it's a good brush. Move it gradually towards the tip. And bring it out to the point just like that with my fingers. And I'll check my sidewalls. If I need a little bit more apex, I'll just grab a little more powder. Place it where the apex area is. And blend it outward. There you go. See? And support the stream by sharing, guys. You can share on your personal Facebook and share it to your local groups so people can see, enjoy, just like that. Nice and easy. Hello from South Carolina. This is not wave gel. This is Chisel 15 OM15B. I'll eventually get a lot of the wave gel stuff in soon. Until then, I like using this as a base because it's a nice pink. It'll really complement her the hot pink later, and also the neon green that we're using. Gonna start moving this powder now. because it's trying to dry up. Remember, sometimes it doesn't work the way you want it. It dries up faster. You got to move it quicker. See that? I'm putting more pressure. I'll move it quicker down the nail. Control my sides so it doesn't get too wide. This is a C-curve tip. I just clipped my C-curve tip. I just clip the sides a little bit just so it's less wide. I'm definitely gonna need a little bit more apex on this one. I think my ratio was a little bit too low for this bead. So my next finger, I'm gonna fix that ratio a little bit there. Make sure I get that nice shape too. Nice taper shape so it's not too wide. Huh? Oh, it's heating up? Okay, it's just trying to dry. Let's see if I can use a little bit of spray water. Blow on it. I don't have a spray bottle now. Is it good? It's better? It'll
Magic
cool
blow. It's better.
It'll cool down. The acrylic's is trying to dry really fast, that's why. That happens sometimes, guys, when your acrylic heats up a little bit. It means it's drying. Have a spray bottle. I don't have one in here. I'm probably gonna get one, because I know maybe it'll happen to the other fingers too, depending how much monomer you use also. I'm using pretty big beads, so I'm using like a 1 bead. That's why it's all drying at one time. Generally, if I use 2 beads, it won't do that, because 1 bead will dry up before the other one. Give me a little bit of apex there. Let me know if it happens again. Now we'll get the spray bottle. Okay, make sure this is wetter, because earlier bead dried up too fast on me. So make sure I have more ratio this time, monomer ratio, give myself more time to work with it. Also, my monomer is medium setting too, so that's why I just dry up a little bit quicker. Tap the cuticle area. Move the powder. Just like that. See, a little bit flat, so I just add another pot. This is the apex bead. Place right there. Nudge up. And then down. And we got ourselves a nice, you don't want to drag too soon. This one heat up too?
That one's better.
See that? Create my apex. Has to slope from the cuticle area out, okay? The apex can't just stand there. Let's do 2 beadings, and she's having a lot of issues with heating up here. So we'll do 2 beads. But what 2 bead does, you know what it is? Your nails thinner also, because you had just taken your nails off from wherever you got your nails done for. That's why it's a little more sensitive to the heat. So what 2 bead does is it allows it to heat up here first, and then it'll cool down when it's drying. Then you'll be able to put another bead up, and it won't be everything trying to dry at once. I do like 2 beading a little bit too, because it gives you a little more control. Now I can just not worry about the base of the nail, but I can just go do my apex bead and my cuticle bead at the same time. It's gonna be too dry of a bead there. So now I'm gonna do my cuticle bead, nudge it up, grab my sides, and work it down. See? So I have my apex, and also the structure of my nails really good. Just doing 2 beads. I break it down because other time I do one bead, I can't do everything at once. When I break it down, I would do everything at once. Shape my nails and go. Why is their nail bed color different? Some people have different color nail beds. You ever seen people with nail beds that are darker? It's hereditary. People have that issue. You ever seen people with toenails or fingernails that have a little bit darker? It's based on their diet or where their nails is grown. No issue at all. Once you start doing more nails, more clients, you would run into a lot of clients like that. And tap this here, go down, make sure that's a flush. Get nice structure. Can't break these unless you want to. No, Lynette, it's just some people have darker nail beds. It's nothing serious. It's like a birthmark for your nails. Yeah, this color is really nice. It's gonna complement the design we're gonna do later. I always like using like a nice pink and a nice nude for a base color whenever I do gel art designs. Yeah, she's doing the two stiletto nails on the design on the ring finger and the pinky. Very cute. I'm gonna do an ombre on this with gel later, and I'm gonna do leopard prints on here. It's gonna tie the design in. It's gonna be a fierce summer design. She's gonna come in there looking like a cougar. What's that? Good, I'm doing good, thank you. You guys enjoyed Vino's live earlier? Vino do Sundays in the evening time, and I got some other people joining the team to do live stream to create content for you guys. Hopefully you guys it will be scheduled and you guys will be able to tune in and watch what you want to watch. Someone do press-ons, someone do sculpting, someone do demo hands, a little bit of everything, you know. And this was my goal for this page, for you guys to come in and get content at what time you want and what kind of content you want to watch and enjoy your day, and of course support all the other live streamers, not just me, but they'll be using this platform, so it'll be easy for you guys to just turn on the notification and be able to catch it. Sometimes I'll post it in the schedule, like, hey, I'm gonna be going live at this time, at that time, and you guys can actually click interested and it'll remind you before they go live. You guys can join in. And just remember, these streamers are doing this out of the goodness of their heart, you know, so definitely support their Instagram, support them, support their live, share, like, just like how you guys do for me. I appreciate that too. Is it better, the heating up? Good. I just changed it to a 2 bead instead of 1 bead. Now for deep Frenches, usually you can do color, cutting the color and putting in, but I really like doing this so that the client can actually come get a fill and she can redesign her nails without having to soak off and be committed to the color powder. Shape my nail. These were C curves that I clipped down to give my nice taper look. Nudging it, powder up to the cuticle there. See, look at that. Make sure I don't flood the cuticle area. Tap it down lightly. Give myself a little bit of apex here. Burning? I'm gonna have to get a spray bottle for you next time. I think you're really sensitive to the heat. It's okay. That's normal when you've just taken your nails off. I saw you had some like clear on it or something like that.
Yeah.
Structure, guys. That's what we're looking for. You know what it is? It's hot in here too. That's why it's trying to dry really fast. Anna, Tweedo, Anna. The AC's probably turned off. So I do the base first. This is a 2-bead process. And this bead I'll be doing my apex. Since it's a thumb, it's gonna be a bigger nail. I do a bigger bead. I'll do my apex and my cuticle. See, I'm nudging the powder up so I don't flood the cuticle. A lot of you guys ask me questions. I have issues flooding the cuticle because you guys are placing the bead onto the cuticle. Don't do that. Place it before the cuticle and nudge the powder up wherever you need, okay? I don't drag the powder when it's too wet. And I'll be able to build that apex and also flush my cuticle area in. See? Fairly simple. 2-bead process, definitely very easy. And now you can go like this with a hand if you want. Of course, like always, the most important part, cleaning your brush, making sure there's no acrylic there. See, there's acrylic stuck there. I'm gonna use my hand. I'm gonna break it out. Feather through. You feel the brush feather nicely, that means that you have no acrylic residue stuck in there. So I know that this part here has some acrylic, so I just put some pressure on there, got some monomer, and I'm gonna do it again. See that? Now I know that's out. All my brushes come crimped. I crimp to myself, so you train your brushes how you like it flat. So that's how I like it. It's gonna stay like that. Once again, that was Chisel 15 OM 15B. I'm not gonna use this monomer again because it's contaminated. Now I'm gonna go through and get a can filer, a new can filer. I'm gonna do with my shaping now. Shaping should be very easy because you should have shaped when you did your application. So now I'm just gonna go through and nicely make these stilettos into weapons. Just blow on it. You see how sharp that is? This is stiletto, guys. Okay? The curvy, round things are not stiletto. This is stiletto. Sharp points. Okay, a lot of times you guys are doing stilettos that are kind of rounded like almond. No, 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 no. Has to go from the free edge straight out. When people want stiletto, they want that. They want to hurt somebody. Long time no see, Angie. Sharing love in groups, Yogi. Thank you. Yogi, did you get screenshots earlier when I was live? Who was that got the screenshots for me? We went up to all the way almost 1,700. I haven't hit those numbers since back before I got hacked. My first time I got hacked and Facebook changed the algorithm. That's stiletto. How do people get an appointment with you? Usually I don't take in new clients right now. My book is kind of full. Because my regular clients can't get in already as is. So I can't bring in more clientele. I have to make sure my regular clients get in because I'm traveling, teaching, and classes and stuff like that. Plus I'm going to West Coast is coming up. Denver, San Jose, and Vegas for a class. So I have to make sure I get my regular clients in. That's why I don't take in. I open my books up for 3 consistent clients. It means clients that have to come every month. The difference between a client that comes once in a while and a consistent clients. Consistent clients will constantly go all the time, once a month. So they book 2-3 months out. People that just come in once in a while, it's hard for me to fit them in because if I fit them in and one of my consistent clients can't get in, I feel kind of bad. That's why I have to change the rules soon for clientele. Those that come in once in a while, I can't prioritize them like I can prioritize my consistent clients. This is a taper, so I'm gonna bring it in nice and even on both sides. Get nice and crisp so I get that nice shape, see? Yeah? You know, back before my first account got hacked, I used to be able to hit like 1K, 2K easily. But now Facebook, after my account got hacked, Facebook put something on my account where make sure I don't get hacked again, limits my exposure, but I appreciate all the support. A lot of stuff I do is free for a lot of nail techs to be able to learn and, you know, get some tips here and there. So it's pretty good to share. Sharing is caring. So I'm pretty much done with the shape right now. As you can see, we have our 2 stilettos. And we have our, if you ever do the stiletto design, the stiletto has to be longer than this. It can't be the same length, it looks weird. The stiletto's always gonna be longer than the nail when you do the stiletto offset design. Because it has a point. The lengthwise they're pretty the same, it's just that the point is a little bit longer. Of course the pinky's always gonna be smaller than the other nails, but generally keep them all the same length, and there you go. So remember, I bring them in size, both sides evenly. If I bring one side too much, it's gonna start to slant. So you gotta be careful with that. Over filing is actually a big issue. A lot of nail techs don't realize they're doing. You gotta catch yourself when you're over filing. It means you're filing too much. Okay. Filing too much into your shape's gonna start changing. Easy to remove the shape, harder to add on. Okay. So I'm constantly switching sides. I don't want to stay one side too long because I don't want to change the trajectory. That's it. Nice point. Nice even on both sides. And we're gonna do some hand filing, cuticle work, and then right into design. Very, 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 very simple. So a lot of times you guys are doing sets that are taking hours long. This is because we're not being efficient with what we're doing. I focus a lot of my time in my application, so I have to do less work everywhere else. That's how I do that. Yeah. Okay, once I get my shape done, I'm gonna do some hand filing, even out my nails. Actually, a very good technique for a lot of you guys that don't use the e-file that much, or you just don't do e-filing. You're using the hand filer, you're able to shape, even out the surface of the nail. Now, I love doing this with stiletto because you're bringing everything into an angle at a point. And remember, you're never gonna touch their skin because the apex is right here. It's gonna stop you from doing that. So we got to do that area later with the hand drill. But with our hand filer, even your application is. Look at that. All right, guys, see this view. This is how stiletto is supposed to look. You see how it's curved? It's not flat and sharp. Okay, the curvature gives it durability, so it doesn't break. See that? That point, that view you're looking at, that's from molding the acrylic to make sure it's like a spear. It's not flat and just pointy, okay? That would just break right off. You're fine. And hand filing is actually really, really, really nice for stiletto shapes. A lot of you guys are doing stiletto. It gives you the ability to go side to side and wrap around here and bring it into like a nice point. It just keeps the point, also keeps the durability of the nail. I know a lot of times your clients probably have the stiletto break within a couple of days or a week. Yes, the point is gonna get worn out, but it shouldn't snap off because it has the ability to, the thickness gives it durability, but it doesn't take away from the sharpness because it looks like a spear, a point. And you also do it for these two. Instead of bringing it into a point, I bring it up and down. Smoother your application, the easier it's for you to go through. This, instead of the drill bit can work too, but that can eat into the powder too much. I don't want to eat it too much. Bring the sides in. I do a rotation, outside in. Smooth surface. My next class, Angie, is in Denver. I have like 1 seat left in there. And then Vegas have a few seats, and then San Jose has a few seats. I think San Jose has more seats. San Jose is about 80% full. Vegas and Denver are almost full. Denver is, I think, next week, June 14th and 15th. Vegas is July 5th and 6th. San Jose is July 19th and 20th. And I'll be with Vina. You saw her earlier live on here. And I'll be with Votino. We'll be teaching acrylics the first day, and we're teaching designs the second day. All the new advanced art and all that stuff. We'll be teaching all that. guys go. A nice structure. Nails shouldn't break unless the client wants it to break. If you do good structure, this acrylic is actually really strong, to be honest with you. It'd be rough for the client to break it. When they break it, they know they're breaking it. Nails, doesn't matter how strong, if it's gonna break, it's gonna break based on what the client's doing. It was like a weird freak accident, lifting a laundry basket, opening a car door, like that. Those are like the freakish ones, like the things that are not really heavy, but always affect the nail to break. There you guys go. I'm just gonna zoom in on the structure, show you guys same structure, every finger, okay? Later I'll do cuticle work and I'll finish off with the designs. Can't wait to take the class. Take a class? You've been following me for a long time. Rashima. I'm surprised you haven't already taken a class. Same technique over and over. See that? Nothing changes. Once you have the technique down, you just repeat it over and over and over. Rinse and repeat. Oh yeah, you missed Philly class. You can't wait for San Jose. Oh yeah, I know you're in San Jose class. Don't worry, it'll be here before you know it. July is only, what, a month away. Probably not. Not back to Philly, no. We're gonna have a master class when we come back to East Coast, so it's not gonna be really beginner friendly because we're gonna be teaching majority design. We're gonna demo acrylics, but we're not gonna be doing too much acrylics, because we're gonna assume students already are good with acrylics. We're doing it for our previous students, because we did about almost 8 classes here in the East Coast. All of us combined, we're gonna give the students that have taken our classes a chance to enter a master class where they just focus on designs and such. And we got some new designs that we created ourselves to make sure the students get some uniqueness, like, okay, no one's ever done this design before. I'm the only one that knows how to do it. And gives you kind of the ability to flex a little bit. See how easy and simple this is? You don't have to worry about cutting the client or over drilling. Over drilling is an issue too. You drill too hard, you eat into the acrylic, then it becomes uneven. Woo. That makes me want to cry. Because now you have to go and drill everything back down, and make everything even again. I know this, guys. I've done it before. Okay, last finger here before we do cuticle work. Okay. See that? This may look rugged, but it's actually smooth. So later on I use my drill bit, I'll be able to fix that. So now I'm gonna use my Sharp 5-in-1. This is my own custom drill bit. You can find it at nail-shop.com. Pin in the link below. And we're gonna go right into cuticle work. Everybody's pretty much worst fear. Flushing this cuticle down to make sure there's no lifts. Also, remember, we couldn't get our hand file up here to smooth everything out, so now we have to use this drill bit to smooth everything out here. But it's a lot less work because we don't have to really do too much because it's only this small area. You all see that? Very nice and smooth. And blend it through. And since the surface area earlier I did it was very smooth, it's not going to give me any resistance. See that? I'm going to just lightly go through and smooth out those scratch marks. Look how smooth that body of the nail is. She can go and use this pinky to stab fruit, some melons, right?
Yeah.
Some melons, honeydew. Go to a fruit bar. I'm just like, I'll take that, I'll take that. Don't do that, okay? It's not sanitary. Use toothpicks. So I'll go back there and make sure that I get this nice and clean to the cuticle area, okay? The flushness is gonna keep it from lifting when it grows out. And when the nail grows out, this area is very important. If you don't clean this out, it's gonna have protrude, it's gonna lift, okay? And this is our structure of the nail, okay? I'm gonna bring this down a little bit more, just to blend it out a little bit more. I don't want too much thickness here by the cuticle. It's not aesthetically pleasing. So I'm gonna drill here a little bit more to thin it out. You guys see the difference? Hey. That's what you're looking for. You want it to slope out from the cuticle area to the apex, to the base. How do you sign up for class? You can always DM me. DM me and I'll send you information which class you're interested in. It's a 2-day workshop, 8-hour days, sometimes even longer. So be prepared. It's not one of those 2-3 hour classes. You're there and it's hands-on. See how much easier it is for me to do it once you have nice application. It's just so easy. You don't have to worry about drilling too much. You don't have to worry about getting over drilling, over filing, because look. And this part right is so smooth. Look at that. That's a sexy ass stiletto barrel. Stiletto is all about sex appeal. I think that design is more like, it's supposed to be nice and sharp, sexy, dangerous. I don't know why people do it. You see the difference in this and this? So what I'm gonna do, yes, you guys guessed it. Lightly file here a little bit more, blend it towards the apex, okay? I don't want that bulge by the cuticle area. It's not aesthetically pleasing. Side view, sometimes clients look at the side view and they see the big bump there, they don't like that. You don't wanna go too thin either. You wanna slope out slowly. So I'm just gonna drill a little bit more in this area here. Drill it down just a little bit more, thin it out a little bit more. And voila, I have myself a nice little slope. Slope, not hill, not mound, slope. You guys know what a slope is? Slope is a small hill. And there you go. My stiletto's still intact. This is my 5-in-1 bit from my naildadshop.com store. It's a customized. This one, the way that it's made is different from other 5-in-1s. I had to make it this way because this is how I like to use my bits. And my tooth cut is different. A lot of 5-in-1s are vertical. This is a diamond cross cut, which is very unpopular in the 5-in-1 style. But like I said, I told the company this is how I want it, make it the way I want it, and I love it. A lot of my students, a lot of my supporters actually get this and they love it too. Same thing as our stiletto, okay? Very hand filed, nice and smooth. Just gonna clear out all that. I mean, I can buff that too, but I'm gonna do this preemptively. Going circular motion gives me the ability to smooth it out very evenly without leaving any scratch marks. Like always, my cuticle area, go back there, clean up a little bit more. Oop. A little bit of cuticle there. Thank God I didn't clip that cuticle off earlier. And same thing with the other one. I want to slope it out, okay? See, that's too much of a bump there for me. I'm gonna bring it down a little bit, slope it out a little bit. Now, see the difference? Yes, that's what we're looking for. Get the size, see right here, this area right here has to curve and hug in. Shape still there, structure really good. That makes you a solid nail tech. So every time you do a set, it should be just like that. No matter what shape, size, tips you use, the structure stays the same. Technique stays the same, consistency. Wow, it looks beautiful. Thank you, Jasmine. Yeah, how easy it is for me to smooth that out because I already did my hand filing. And this drill bit just goes over and smooths everything out. Look at that. Oof. Of course, same thing. I'm gonna blend it out. I'm not drilling off my apex. Remember that. I'm blending outward. I'm tilting my drill bit and blending outward to make sure it's not too bulging there. I want it to slope out from the cuticle. I don't want it to just come up from the cuticle. So I'll just blend this here a little bit more. Come outward and lighten up my pressure so I don't eat it in too much. I want it to have a slope effect just like that. Ah! Yes, guys, I'm using the same thing over and over again in 10 fingers. Nothing changes in the way I drill based off of my application, which are consistently the same. Yeah, give it size. As a curve in. Flush this cuticle area so when it grows out, we don't have any issues with lifting. Because lifting will cause what? Pop-offs. When it lifts so much, you lose durability, surface area, and the nail just pops right off. One hand done, guys. Back to your normal self.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna start talking with your fingers again?
Yes.
Wherever you go. Same deal, same deal. It's a really big pet peeve of mine, guys, when the powder just bulges right here in the cuticle area. So please start changing that. Your nails will aesthetically look a lot more pleasing. Client's gonna notice it too. Go around the cuticle area, flush it down. That means that my powder is gonna be nice and even with the natural nail bed. So when it grows out, it won't have anything to catch on it to make it lift or so and so. Can you see the front view? Like, what do you mean front view? The side view? Side profile view? Let me finish up here and I'll buff and then when I actually wash your hands, I'll show you guys the side profile. The tips, the thickness. Okay. Let me finish up here and she wash your hands and I'll show you guys the thickness. Because I gotta clean up the thickness also a little bit. I try to stay around 1 credit card thickness. 1 to 1.5 credit card thickness. Nothing below that because it might be too thin. Ooh, me lava pot. Oh no, I don't understand that. Sorry, I don't get it. You have to ask that again in English. I'm so sorry. Cuticles, cuticles, cuticles. This one almost done here. Yeah, I gotta do the deep French and hot pink. Ooh, excited of that for that. Hot pink and neon green, y'all. That's that poolside nails. Ready for Vegas nails. God, it's the structure for me, man. It's the structure for me. Okay, finish up last here. I'm gonna clean up underneath, buff, have a wash your hands, and I'll show you guys the side profile. And I'll also show you guys the tip, see the thickness that I personally have it at. It may be different from a lot of nail techs that you've seen. Not everybody does nails the same way, but generally this is the thickness I keep it at, and I don't have any issues with breaking and any of that stuff. Okay, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go underneath. Any excess acrylic, I'm gonna remove it with my 501. See that? Get nice and clean. Be careful with this, okay? Lightly, because you don't want to eat into the sidewalls. This just gives I like the underbody to be nice and clean. Go through and check the nails one more time. Make it nice and crisp. In case my shape changed in any way or form because of my drilling. I'm gonna crisp the shape back up a little bit more. I don't want to regret this later on when I'm actually doing my design. I'm like, oh, I wish my shape was more crisp. I'm not gonna take the hand filer out at that point. Just simple, very quick, you know? Not gonna take too much time. is about the thickness of the tip right here. About 1 credit card thickness, okay guys? I know someone asked earlier. Oh, Cheryl. One credit card to 1.5 credit card thickness. Buffer. Give it a good buff. Okay, wash your hands. Ooh-wee, and we're done. That should be about less than an hour, that set. Application and everything. I would assume so. Now I'm gonna use my neon green. And a hot pink. Gel art paint for my gel art set. Do my design. These 2 colors give me some kiwi vibes, man. I am going to use my 3D oval, my liner. We're doing deep French and hot pink with a little bit accent of the other color, so. Just gonna quickly clean my liner brush real quick and a little bit of acetone just to get it. Clean this brush too, because I'm using it as a paintbrush. And there you guys have it. So it's done. We just gotta do design. I gotta put gloves on because you know I can't handle touching all this gel paint stuff. So let's start out with the deep French with these right here. Let's have an outline. And then I'm gonna go through later, I'm gonna paint in that area. I wanna make sure every nail the same. I'm gonna start really deep. This gives me the outline, okay? I'm gonna paint in there and then I'm gonna go back there with the liner brush to make sure everything's nice and crisp. Just wanna give myself a little bit of visual first. It's not, you guys might not be able to see it too well in there, but. And this paint won't go anywhere. Okay. Use this brush. Grab the paint. Woo! This paint is very thick and pigmented, so thick enough that it doesn't move, you don't lose your shape, but you really get nice bold colors. I can go through and just use my liner brush. Get these corners that I can't get with that big brush. Bring it down nice and solid. You can see how pigmented it. Generally, if you use gel polish, you can do this too, but the gel polish will make you lose your shape. See the shape? It's not lost. The shape, oh, shit. Shape stays. Smudge that a little bit here. I'll fix that. The shape will stay, and the polish really doesn't move unless I mess it up. I touched it with my glove a little bit, so I got a little bit of specks on here. We'll get rid of it. Okay, I'm good. Just like that. Rinse and repeat. You have to have the right tools to do these designs, you know? Sometimes you may be trying to do it without the right brushes. It makes your life a lot harder. But when you just have the right brushes, it just makes your life a lot easier, right? You're probably gonna be like, oh my God, look how easy he's doing that. Why did I spend all that time with that small painter brush doing that? Yes, you just switch brush to a wider brush and do that. Hey Shyla, how are you? I'm gonna use this brush to make my French nice and crisp. Ain't that nice? You don't need that much paint either. I'm just using the same pigment and brushing over and over again. Get it nice. You guys see me curing? I'm not curing, am I? Why? So I don't have to worry about this gel moving and making me lose my shape. If you use regular polish, if you didn't cure this, it's gonna be all on the edge and corners, all that stuff. I don't have to cure. I'm just gonna do the sides right here a little bit. See how these fingers I did earlier? They stay the same. I'm gonna cure this hand now. And I'm gonna start on this hand. I'm saving these two for last because I'm using other colors with this. This is my striper brush. It's very long. Gives me the ability to go do long lines, curve through. Very nice for deep Frenches. Difference between a French and a deep French. Ooh, hold on. Put that on low battery mode here. So I'm gonna plug it to a charger so I don't lose the live here, guys. Same thing, okay? Rinse and repeat. Same step, same process. Let's do this real quick to speed up the process a little bit. I'll go through and do the liner for every one of them. Go through this one, give it a little more pigment here. Okay, switch over. Make sure you go back through with the liner brush. Give it a nice smile line there. Remember, we did a really light line. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to the stiletto nails. They're a little bit harder to design because we're doing a half ombre using this hot pink and the neon green that we have here. This set comes with, this gel art comes in my set, 6 pastel, 6 neons, okay? You guys saw that last set, one set I did a couple of days ago, yesterday, where I did two-tone with the pastel and the neons. Actually look really well together. It's amazing. This gel stuff is amazing. It make or break your design, y'all. Your design can look so crisp. Sometimes not you, it's the product you're using, okay? Make sure you're using proper product. You're limited to certain designs because you don't have the product. See that? The ability not to have to worry about this polish messing up my shape is worth it. I can work. I don't have to worry about curing. I don't have to worry about my shape being too thick because of my gel polish. See that? The shape's still nice and crisp. Okay. Now it's the important part. I'm gonna do a half. Oh wow. Look at that green. Holy shit. Blend it into an ombre. Oh wow. Pretty. That y'all. Enough to make you cry, right? Enough to make a grown man cry. Ain't that beautiful? What? She's like,
Gorge.
if y'all don't go get this gel paint, I swear. It's so nice to ombre with. The right brush, the right technique. Shit is fire. Ooh wee. I did. Okay, I have to paint the other side then. What's your solution to use to clean the air? Just acetone, Marsha. I just use acetone. I don't use a lot of it. Marsha, did your friend say hi to you when she came back? She was in my class. I love her spirit. She was such a good person. I told her, make sure you say hi to Marsha for me when you get back. She's like, I will. Generally, I can just clean it with paper towel. I really don't have to clean it with acetone unless I want to. See that? Watch. Paper towel. This is gel art paint. It's thick. It's not like a regular paint. It will just come right off. You see how much I'm using? Barely any, right? That's why this stuff will last you forever. As long as you take care of it. Mm. Do a little bit of pink here. There we go. Now I'm gonna add some accent to this. Yes. Baby. Baby. I gotta admit, I love this set. It's probably one of my favorite freestyles. I just came with this shit. These colors go so well together. There you go, y'all. So first I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give this a nice matte, a thin matte, then I'll put top coat on top of it. Okay? Ooh, I gotta do. Did you want to do the leopard or no?
Yes.
Leopard. I forgot she wanted leopards, leopard prints. She extra like that. Where's my black? Where's my black jar? Gold. Silver. Ah. There's somewhere in the drawer. Hold up, guys. I swear, if I open another one and it shows up, I'll freak out. That's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna open another one and then I'm gonna see it. we go. The moment I open this up, it's gonna show up and I'm gonna be freaking mad. This is my black art. I'm gonna use my detailer brush for this because you need a smaller brush to do the smaller intricate art. So I'm using my detailer brush. I'll put a little bit of leopards in here. Leopard prints. Just when we thought we were done, she wanted to spend more money. I'm not gonna put too much because I don't want to take up my ombre. Just a little bit of an accent. Where's my black gel at?
Có cái giỏ ngồi nhặt cái chân luôn.
Okay. Now I can put my matte coat on. This is just because my gel is very shiny, smooth. I'm gonna do a matte top coat so that it just goes right over, and it kind of smooths everything out so that I don't have any gaps and craters later on with top coat, because top coat is very smooth. It might drip through this. So very thin. Okay, I'm doing 2 thin coats. And we get to see how this looks like matted also. Very thin coat. And I'll also show you guys another reason why I do this in a second here. Go ahead. Very thin, okay guys? I always do this when I use like a lot of gel art paint because it's very smooth. I don't want to lose the shape. Look how cute this is matted though. So another reason why I do this is a little quick hack for you guys. If you are using regular gel polish and you are losing your shape, now once you mat it, you're able to just go through and kind of shape it again a little bit because the mat's already protected everything on top. So you get to make your shape crisper again. I don't have a lot of shape loss because of my gel art paint, but for you guys, you might be able to get these little corners. Now I can't do this on top of the gel because that'll contaminate the gel. But on top of the mat, it's already protected the gel. So I can go through and do this, give it a nice dust off. And now I can go shiny the way she wanted. Where's my shiny top coat? Bah humbug. Here it is. So now I'm ready to go through with a shiny top coat again. Very thin. This is my shiny top coat. Money back guaranteed on this top coat and this mat. So this will lay on top of the matte top coat very nicely. I don't have to worry about any issues with the surface being too smooth. Very one coat from top to bottom. Smooth out the sides there. And this my top coat is actually not runny. It's very thin. This is their medium, so it doesn't really move that much. As long as you paint a nice thin coat, it'll stay. So that you don't have to worry about the top coat going to one corner and leaving a big lump or something like that. Which that happens all the time. Look, everybody there's like, oh, that happened to me. He's talking about me, guys. Yes, I am talking about you. That's happened to me too. That's why I got really mad. And from then on, I make sure I don't use any thin top coat. Because the client's hand's leaning, and all of a sudden I know you have a big drop of top coat in the corner. And drives me nuts. They think your hand is a fake hand. Can you say something so they know you're a person? She's a person, guys.
I am.
They're just, my clients are just very, 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 they hold very still. You know? They think you're a mannequin hand. I'm blessed with still clients. You like it?
I'm good.
You ready for that? Ready to go for a vacation, don't you? There we go. Let's hit her with some cuticle oil. See how shiny that top coat is? You can see me in the reflection. I'm waving. Hey. Give me a little bit of cuticle oil. Let's take a quick look at the cuticles so we understand what flushing the cuticle is like. when this grows out, it's not gonna lift. That's cute.
Thank you.
See, she speaks. Told you guys. Are you guys thinking I really work on mannequin hands? No, my client speaks. I don't, and then I don't make them not speak either. Okay, that's their choice. I don't come in and say, hey, you better be quiet. I'm doing live. That's a personal choice. Okay. Everybody thinks I'm mean. I get people saying, you ever let your clients speak? I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, I do. Hey, she's a person. Say hi. Hello, Sunday Slay. Sunday Slay. Thank you guys for joining me. I have to teach class Monday and Tuesday, but I'll make sure that someone will be there to do content for you guys. Cuticle, cuticle, cuticle. Lift where? So you guys will have other people doing content on the Outlet Studios Live. I still do my Q&As, but I have to teach a private class in Orlando tomorrow and Tuesday, so I'll be